Today we're installing the R7 over an existing deadlock. This particular deadlock is very similar in size and shape to the R7, which will make the installation a little bit simpler. However, once we pull the existing deadbolt off, we should know a little bit more about what needs to be done. To avoid the paint tearing as you remove the existing lock, just run a Stanley knife around the outer edge just to break that seal, and it should come off nice and clean. And out she comes. The back set on the R7 is 45 to 50 millimeters. The back set is essentially the edge of the door to the center of the hole. This particular lock was a back set of 60, so we're going to have to make some slight adjustment to enable it to fit. So what our installer is doing here is just drilling a series of small holes on the inside edge to bring that back set in 5 to 10 millimeters. Just another tip, if your back set is okay but you've got a hole that's smaller, you can use a tapered drill bit like this particular one, and to tidy up the hole, which you'll see a bit later on, we also use a routing tool similar to this one here. So now we're ready to attach the backing plate to the front of the lock. Feed the cable through. We can see the front of the lock is now firmly placed, covering any of the holes, so it looks very tidy. We can now attach the backing plate using a drill. If you are using a drill, remember to use very slow speeds and very low torque settings, so that you don't strip the screws as you're drilling them on. Now we're ready to attach the back of the lock to the backing plate. Firstly, attach the power cable from the front of the lock to the back of the lock, and then place the lock on the backing plate, aligning the screw holes as required. You have 4 screw holes, 2 on the right and 2 on the left.
Yep.
Now we're ready to fix the strike plate onto the door frame. This particular door frame had a bit of a taper on it, so we've had to chisel out the door frame to ensure that the striking plate is flat, which then ensures that the door will shut correctly. To avoid the wood splitting when we drill the screws through, it's advised that you pre-drill the holes with a small drill bit. Now all that's left to do is to test to make sure that the door is locking without impediment, and it looks fantastic. Thanks for joining us today. If you have any queries, please don't hesitate to contact us on 1300 873 539.